Hey, I'm Ashley McBryde, and this is The High Notes.
Talked to Wynonna Judd a couple months ago, and she was very, very complimentary about you in particular. What's it like kind of having her as both like a mentor and a friend?
Going from having been a fan my entire life to meeting Y a few times, to touring with Y, and us becoming such good friends. If you had told me that when I was a teenager, I would have told you you're out of your mind. And each night on tour, when I'd be standing next to her on stage, the feeling of, oh my God, that's Wynonna, never left my brain and my body. I never got used to it. What I'm loving about our friendship is whether I've just texted her or she has just texted me to check in, it seems to be spot on what each other needed at the time. I don't know where she gets that sixth sense from. And I've said before, I'm not sure she's entirely human. She might be angelic.
Okay, now the album, The Devil I Know. First of all, just tell me about the title.
The Devil I Know came from a song. When the title is pitched, you know, you're in the room and you're trying to figure out, that hook wasn't what was pitched immediately. What was pitched was hell, there's hell everywhere I go. And so I'm sticking with The Devil I Know. And I was like, I'm totally in. Because I played in bars for many, many years, alone, in a lot of sticky situations. And people were like, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, it's fine, I'm just gonna keep doing it. And then as things started progressing and getting bigger and bigger, and people were like, you're really gonna have to watch it because things are just gonna fall apart. I was like, I think I'll just keep doing it. Then once that song got cut onto the record, we didn't know it was gonna be the album title. But when we looked at this body of work, and you've got things as soft as Single at the Same Time, which is probably too soft to somebody. Same thing with Light On in the Kitchen. And then you've got whiskey and country music. It's like a homemade sock, it's that country. And then you've got songs like Blackout Betty that are just straight up rock and roll, and they don't pretend to be anything else. So when all of that feedback came back and people had said, these songs don't belong on an album together. And then I thought, I'm just gonna stick with The Devil I Know. And that means they all go together. One of my favorite things about my band and I is who you're listening to on the record is who is on the stage with me every night. And before we go into the studio, we go down to this little purple building in East Nashville. We start with maybe 20 songs. I've gotten it dwindled down to maybe 20. We need to get this down to 11. And we sit in there and do what you call woodshedding for 3 or 4 days. And that's how each song is treated. That's how that comes about, because we'll try them in all kinds of different flavors. We'll try this as a punk song, we'll try it as So Country You Can't Even Stand It, we'll try it as a pop song, and then they just kind of show you, the songs show you how they want to be treated.
You mentioned Light On in the Kitchen earlier. I also love the music video for that song.
Thank you.
How did that sort of come together?
I love using Reed Long as a director, and he said, hey, I think we're gonna shoot this in one continuous shot. And I thought, okay, that sounds cool. I wonder what that means. So we're in this big warehouse, and on each corner is, you know, the bedroom and the projector. It's all these different stations. And then we start rehearsing it, and I'm realizing, he was serious. This is one continuous shot, which means if we do a pass of this, and I nailed it, but somebody else didn't nail it, we're doing it again. So we did like 14 passes of this. And what I'm loving about it is because where I'm like leaning against a thing and smiling, and then I'm running behind a cameraman who has a grip that has a hold of him, who's slinging him around to the guitar player. And then I get next to, and I put a guitar on and I sit on a stool and play it so softly. It was so much fun.
Okay, last question on the album. If you're hoping there's one big takeaway from the album, what would you want it to be?
It's gonna sound like I'm quoting the song, and it's not. The song is quoting me. Please trust yourself. Trust your gut. It's okay to take in everyone else's opinion, that's fine. It doesn't mean it has to be yours. At the end of the day, you know what's best for you, so listen to it. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. And check out more videos here on the official CMA YouTube channel.
For our series called The High Notes, it's just like talking about...
Yeah,
sure.
It's no problem. High notes.
The high note, but this is about just like high points in artist's career.
Great.